Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn how to create levels and walls in Revit. Let's open up a new drawing in Revit first. When I open Revit, I get a startup menu from which I have to pick a template. Over here in the models, we will click on New. When I click on New, I get New Project dialog window. Here I can select template file. I drop down and I select a template according to my industry. Let's say I want to work with architectural template. I click on architectural template and OK. Now we are inside a Revit drawing. We have our ribbon in which we have all the drawings. Other than this, what we need is the properties panel and the project browser panel. If you don't have this, click on your View tab from the menu bar. On the right-hand side corner, we have User Interface. I drop down, click on My Properties to turn on or turn off, and my project browser. These are floating panels and you can arrange them according to your preference. Project browser is a logical hierarchy of all the drawings or all the views what we need in our drawing. So for example, if I want to draw a floor plan for level 1, I will click on my level 1 and start my floor plan for level 1. Now, when I start a floor plan, the first thing what I want to determine is the level or the number of floors what I will have for my drawing. Over here, we have elevations in the project browser. I click on this plus sign and I have 4 elevations, east, north, south, and west, which I can also see on my floor plans. I double click on the view I want to activate. So for example, if I double click on east, I can see my east elevation. Now by default, we have 2 elevation lines here, level 0 and level 1. If I click any one line, we can select and edit that particular level. When we select any object in Revit, Revit displays temporary dimensions, which we can edit. Now, if I want to decrease the height between level 0 and level 1, I can select my level 1 and change my temporary dimension by just clicking and typing the number I want. So it will change my elevation height. Now I want to increase the line length of my level line. Over here, we have this small circle. We can click, hold this circle and drag to the desired location. To zoom in, zoom out, we have to use our mouse scroll button and we can scroll in, scroll up and down. Now I want to create a building with 3 levels. I will go to the Architecture tab, and here on the right hand side we have a datum panel in which I have levels. I click on level and I snap it to the end of my existing levels. I click and it shows me a temporary dimension. I snap it to the other end and click to create another level. Now you would notice as I create this level line, Revit also automatically updates my project browser and creates another level here, which is level 2. Press escape to come out of your command. Now, if I want to change the location of this text and make all the text on the same side, we can uncheck this small square here. So when I click on it, my text will hide. And when I click here and check this one, my text appears here. If you want on both the sides, you can click and turn it on both the sides. Now I want to work on my level 0 and I want to start to create my walls. I can double click from the floor plans or I can click here on level 0. I go back to my architecture tab and I will take wall command. I click on my wall command and now we can start creating our walls. But before I start creating my walls, I can pick what shape I want to use for my wall from this draw panel. The first option here is to draw a line, or if you want to draw a rectangle, we can also take a rectangle. Let's say I start with line first. Now, before we place our wall on our floor plan, we have this option bar here. Now, in this, we have to select how we want to place our wall according to our height or the depth. For example, I want to place my wall according to height. Once I select the height, then I have to give what is the height of this wall. If I select unconnected, it is not connected to any levels what I have created. And it will create a wall with the height of 8 meters or 8,000 mm. If I click here, I can directly connect my wall from level 0, which is my base level, to the highest level I have created. Now I click on my screen to start my wall. And I can type the number or I can type the length. For example, if I want this wall to be 5 meters, I type 5000 and enter. And I use my mouse to give direction for my wall. I press escape to come out of my wall command. Now, if I want to change this wall to a simple brick wall, we have to use our properties. Over here, we have different types of walls. If I drop down my type, we can pick from a wide range what type of wall I want to create. Let's say I create a simple brick wall. I click and now I can create a brick wall. I press escape to come out of my command. Now, if you noticed, there is a dashed line at the center of this wall. Now, when I create this wall, we have to always select our location line. That means if my wall is 200 mm, 100 mm is on the left and 100 mm is on the right. So the width of this wall is being taken from the center line. Now, if you want the entire wall width to be taken from the exterior or from interior, we have to change the location line before we draw our wall. For example, if I pick finish face exterior And now I draw, you will notice that my location line, the dot, dot, dot line, the blue color one, is now on the exterior of my wall. Now I want to change the width of this wall, how thick I want to create this wall. Is it 100 mm? Is it 200 mm? So for that, we have to select our properties and edit the type. I click here, and for example, I want to create a 100 mm thick wall. I will click on the duplicate so that all my existing walls do not change. It doesn't override on my existing walls. So we can click here on duplicate and give a name to the wall we want to create. For example, I want to create a 100 mm thick wall. Now we can edit the structure of this wall and change this to 100 mm. I click OK. Okay. And now when I draw or create a new wall, I can create this 100 mm thick wall. When I drop down in the properties, my 100 mm wall will also be here, and I can use it in my project. So this is few simple commands to create our wall. Feel free to comment below and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.